everyone, my name is Sarah and you are watching Kakokoto, where today I have another show and tell for you. Today I'm going to show you what I did for August in my MD notebook, which I use as my journal. As you can see, down here, these are all the blank pages I have left. I calculated the other day that there might be 20-ish days left in this notebook. And to be honest, I'm still not sure what I'm doing after this. But that's for another day, I guess. So the first thing I did this month is I added the little index sticky tabs that I got for my traveler's notebook. Actually, this is the July tab, which I adhered to July 1st. And then I've got the August tab, which says August on this side, when I journaled for the 1st of August. But I think the last entry you've seen was this one. I added this little piece of string that I received with an order from Cute Things from Japan as a bookmark. I attached it by knotting it to the actual bookmark. I used one of the colors for one side of the knot and two of the colors for the other side. And because it had the French colors, I used it as a bookmark for our Paris trip. And this is my entry for that day. I used lots of ephemera, like the sticker that was on the Delphonics paperback I received at the Delphonics store. This is part of packaging, and since I received a Canon selfie printer for my birthday, I used this printer to print out all the photos that you can see. I used a little book dart to hold down this bookmark because I'm afraid the bookmark will become loose. And then there are some more pictures. And as you can see, I did not properly adhere them. I find the pictures from the selfie a little bit hard to glue down. I use this Tombow Mono liquid glue, multi-professional, for everything that I want to add to my journal. Like the pictures you can see, but I also use it for other pieces of ephemera. No, this is also masking tape. I think here, these ticket style things I added with the glue, and these stars were originally film fusen, they call it in Japan. So only meant as sticky notes, and they are not meant for holding down pieces of string. That's why I love this glue. So yeah, this is one of the metro tickets that we got in Paris. And on the next day, I made a huge to-do list. For me, this was a huge to-do list. And I managed to check off all the things, because I think on the next day, so we went to Paris on the 30th, and on the 1st of August I was off to a convention, so there was very little sleep again that night. And that's also why the entry is just pen and there's more entries like that coming up. But I used some watercolor as a background here. Then I added a piece of Kita washi tape, and then to make it a little bit more interesting, I wrote out the date, but I started out writing on as if the Kita tape covered the date. Yeah, journaling. Then on the first day of the convention, I was really tired at night, but I still managed to do a little bit of journaling. And there was even a little bit of journaling on the second day. This is also the day where the preview calendar of Hobonichi went live, and I wrote a little entry about this. I said Techo news, so planner news, but that was still a time when we did not have any details about it. So on the second day of the convention, also only pen, although I had carried some supplies with me. Of course, I did use barely anything. I added this little stamp down here. And the next entry is 2 days after the previous one. I have not been as consistent in this as I've been in July, but that's just life for me. There will be days when I'm too busy or when there's something else happening, too tired, and there won't be any journaling. I love this header here though. This is 2 pieces of Kita, and then I used the Hobonichi stencil to write out the date, and this thing here in the middle is a Daiso sticker, so a masking type sticker, and then I added to the color scheme basically. These are dog treats, and this is a little Shiba, so I wrote a little bit about our dog. On the next day I used the Midori stencil to write out the date. This is the day where I visited my new favorite stationery shop. They had a little giveaway, and I won a little voucher, and of course I spent all the voucher money directly in the store. For example, I spent it on this piece of washi, so real Japanese paper. Not only this little part, but I got an A4 sized piece of it. And apparently I had lots to say about that day because there are 2.5 pages worth of journaling. Again, for this day I had a little to-do list, and I used Kita tape, tore it in half, and if you look closely then you can see, because the lower part is see-through, it just adds a little bit of interest by this silver stamp foiled part. On that day I also added the MU print-on stickers, and I tried to write out the date again as if it was covered by the masking tape. So only 1 page for that day, but on the 8th I got some happy mail from Cute Things from Japan. This was my second order, and I managed to write 2 pages about it. I got these non-lada, I think they're called, stamps. This is also the stamp down here. I added some Kita. This is the tag that was on the package, and this is the postcard they sent me which also has silver foil stamping on it. It's just too cute. These bears enjoying their summer vacation. On the 9th I had a little bit more journaling, but I tried to stay concise, so there would not be all the little details on here. I think this is also the day that I tried to carve this stamp, which you've already seen here. I got these supplies in France, like the stamp base I got in France, but only got around to trying it out several days later apparently. And then we've got a huge time jump from the 9th to the 14th because I was away for the whole weekend and totally did not get around to do any journaling. I had some happy mail on that day. And also found out that one of the masking tape makers I adore, she's called Yohaku, that she has an online store and that they take international credit cards, which was my end. On the 15th, I think I did not have all that much time at night to journal, so I just wrote something with my pencil. And this is a little bit of back journaling about the 11th of August, which was my sister's birthday. And as you can see, there are some days where I only have one page of journaling and other days where it's just a few sentences. On the 18th, again, not a lot of journaling. I tried to make it up by decorating it a little bit more. On the 19th, I used my fountain pen again, and this is a clear stamp that I got at a local stationery store. I wrote about the YouTube video that I did on that day. Not that I recorded it, but that I edited it on that day. On the next day, which was the 20th, I tried to do a little bit of watercolor lettering, and I totally failed at that. But I try not to use any white out or stuff like that, because this paper, although it may look really white in the video, the paper is actually a cream color, and any type of white out that I tried looked really ugly. So all the mistakes stay in. There's another day that I skipped. So this is the 22nd, where I went out with a friend. She thought about buying a plot of land close to where I grew up. And then we made a day out of it. So we visited that plot out in the middle of nowhere. It was also a place I've never been to before, although I grew up in that area. And then we also did a little bit of shopping in the city, not the city that I grew up in, but it was a city close to where I grew up. There are some pictures under this flap, but I know that she does not appreciate being shown on the internet, so I won't show it to you. But I really like how I attached this postcard, and I love that it fit into my journal perfectly. On the 23rd, I had some happy mail again. I got some new yarn as part of a club that I entered at the end of 2018. The club is, I think, has been for the last 3 years Christmas present from my partner. And this is the postcard that was part of the club shipment, which I had to cut down a little bit in order for it to fit in here. The 24th was actually a day that I wanted to skip, but then I forced myself to write a little bit about that day. So this was really done in a hurry. The 25th, on the other hand, I had a lot of fun with picking out masking tape and printing the photos and decorating the photos. I used a Posca paint pen to write on the photos. So this is our dog. It was really hot on that day, and it was hard to stay inside, but it was unbearable outside as well. And although it was so hot, we made some curry. And yeah, I was just dying on that day. The 26th was Happy Mail Day again. More yarn. Perhaps you've noticed a theme here. We're close to autumn or fall, however you want to call it. And I really look forward to wearing all of my cardigans and producing new ones as well. And this is a little washi flake sticker from Cute Things from Japan. The 27th is just basically pen, if I hadn't added the Kita washi tape. And on the 28th, I again had a lot of fun using stickers and adding pretty washi tape. The 29th was the day that the washi tape from Yohaku arrived. And I loved her packaging. She used little see-through bags that were actually sealed, although they had a zip top. So I had to cut into the bag. And then the only decoration on the see-through bag was this tape. So this part was on the one side of the bag and this was on the other side. So the masking tape really had a place to shine in that packaging. And I swatched out the masking tape that I got and wrote down the names in Japanese. So this is aquarium, this is mimosa, ameshizuku, so raindrop, ajisai, which means hydrangea, retro, and haru no kaze, which means spring wind. And this is the postcard, which only said thank you for your order. I hope everyone will have fun with original items. And on top of the washi tape, the package also contained lots and lots of soramame stamp ink sets. I used this business card of the restaurant that we visited that night and swatched out some of the colors on the back of the business card. Don't tell them, please. And now we're up to the 30th. I got some more masking tape on that day because I did not have enough already. I originally intended to buy some treats for our dog, but then I found their masking tape shelf and I couldn't help myself. because they had lots and lots of empty washi tape. And this one, especially the red and white stripe, was one that I've been wanting and thought about ordering online. And now we're up until yesterday, the 31st. Yesterday we did a little day trip to Amsterdam and we visited the Misk store where I got the olive edition of the Traveler's Notebook. This is the thing that I tried to paint here. And I also got a cute little handbag, which was 50% off. We totally did not have the time to actually stop there, but yeah, I just rushed in and told the clerk in there, yeah, I just take the handbag, the yellow handbag from the display, please. And I tried to make the pages extra pretty. This is part of a memo pad that I got at the Misk store. And this stamp here is a stamp from Cute Things from Japan. Please tell me I'm not the only one who keeps all the stamps. I love peeling them off the packaging. No, and keeping them for decorating my journal. I would love to make a collage out of each and every stamp that I receive every time I receive an order. But other than Cute Things from Japan, most of the people use the computer-generated stamps, which I'm really sad about. I love peeling off the stamps and writing about them. And this one fit in here perfectly. And then I also used a piece of wax paper, I think. This was also some packaging that I had. It was all crumpled up, and then I added a flake sticker down here to make it a little bit more pretty. And this is all that I have for August. I hope that you liked some of the pages, perhaps got a little bit of decoration ideas from this. I love looking back on this month. I love how colorful everything is. I especially enjoy seeing the pictures from our Paris trip, and I think this book will become very special to me once I finish it up. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.